Significant moves in several of President Trump's legal challenges. So here's what you need to know in some national headlines.
Today, the Vice President J.D. Vance is meeting with the Ukrainian President Zelensky, trying to navigate negotiations to end the war in Ukraine. The high-stakes talks following President Donald Trump's separate calls with both the Russian President Vladimir Putin and Zelensky just this week. U.S. officials ruling out NATO membership for Ukraine and saying Ukraine would likely have to give up some of its territory that Russia has now seized in a potential peace settlement.
Also on the agenda, the Trump administration is beginning mass layoffs. Sources say thousands of federal employees were fired yesterday across numerous agencies, including the Department of Education. Mary Alice Parks looks into the actual number of employees impacted.
President Trump today doubling down on his move to dramatically and rapidly shrink the federal workforce.
It's a big, tremendous saving for us. We want to downsize government, but make it better.
The Trump administration's plan to carry out mass layoffs within the federal government is well underway. The latest moves affecting probationary employees, as many as 200,000 recent hires who joined the federal workforce or have started new jobs within the last 2 years.
We're relying on this job, and we're qualified for this job, and yet we're losing it just because we're under a year.
Some notified by email, others in this audio message obtained by ABC News from the acting director of the Office of Personnel Management.
You will receive your termination notice via email shortly, and it will include the reason for termination.
Sources say thousands of employees were fired yesterday across numerous agencies, including the Department of Education, the VA, the Small Business Administration, and the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. But a judge today hearing a suit filed by a group of unions seeking to block the mass firings at the CFPB.
Federal workers across the nation, we keep the country running.
This plus a new lawsuit from 14 states aimed at stopping Elon Musk and his new Department of Government Efficiency from making funding decisions to overhaul federal agencies, including asking for a pause on these mass firings. That case going before U.S. District Court Judge Tanya Chutkan, the same judge who had been presiding over Trump's federal election interference case, until she dismissed it a couple of weeks after the election. And ABC News learned that hundreds of employees at the agency responsible for maintaining the U.S. nuclear stockpile were also impacted by these layoffs, but that the agency quickly tried to pause those layoffs out of concerns over national security. Mary Alice Parks, ABC News, Washington.